Do you want more success, more growth, more results? Then it's time for the Boundless Success Accelerator from the Modern Observer Group. This isn't your average coaching program. It's where top performers come to dominate. Weekly group sessions, on-demand coaching, a community that's got your back, and a power-packed library of tools to supercharge your business and career. No more excuses, no more waiting. Get in, level up, and start building the life you've been dreaming about. Visit us at modernobserver.com/boundless success to join today. Let's get you to the next level.
We're here because the news is being distorted. We're here because people are being inundated with misinformation on social media. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
The Trump victory is certified. The Canadian Prime Minister resigns. Biden setting fire on his way out, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Congress officially certified President-elect Trump's 2024 election victory on Monday, taking him one step closer to assuming the Oval Office at the end of this month. Tellers for the Senate's vote counting were Senators Deb Fischer, the Republican from Nebraska, and Amy Klobuchar, the Democrat from Minnesota. And those on the House side were Representatives Brian Stile, the Republican from Wisconsin, and Joe Morelli, the Democrat from New York. The 312 Electoral College votes for Trump were counted and presented by the tellers, in addition to the 226 votes for Vice President Kamala Harris. It was the final step before Trump's inauguration on January 20th. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced on Monday that he intends to resign as party leader and prime minister after pressure from within his own Liberal Party increasingly grew amid heightened criticisms over his handling of the economy and threats levied by President-elect Donald Trump. He said he will resign once the party selects a new leader. I intend to resign as party leader as prime minister after the party selects its next leader through a robust nationwide competitive process, Trudeau told reporters. Last night, I asked the president of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election. As you all know, I am a fighter, and I'm not someone who backs away from a fight, particularly when the fight is as important as this one. But I have always been driven by my love for Canada, by my desire to serve Canadians, and by what is in the best interests of Canadians, and Canadians deserve a real choice in the next election, Trudeau added. Trudeau, who had led the nation for nearly a decade, has been grappling for months with significant drops in his approval rating over mounting frustrations relating to issues like the soaring cost of living and rising inflation. President Biden announced an 11th hour executive action on Monday that bans new drilling and further oil and natural gas development on more than 625 million acres of U.S. coastal and offshore waters. Biden, whose term expires in 2 weeks, said he is using authority to protect offshore areas along the east and west coasts, the eastern Gulf of Mexico, and portions of Alaska's northern Bering Sea from future oil and natural gas leasing. He invoked the 1953 Outer Continental Shelf Lands Act, meaning President-elect Trump could be limited in his ability to revoke the action. Congress might need to intervene to grant Trump authority to place federal waters back into development. My decision reflects what coastal communities, businesses, and beachgoers have known for a long time, that drilling off these coasts could cause irreversible damage to places we hold dear and is unnecessary to meet our nation's energy need, Biden said in a statement. It is not worth the risks as the climate crisis continues to threaten communities across the country and we are transitioning to a clean energy economy. Now is the time to protect these coasts for our children and grandchildren. As with other executive orders, it can be reversed by the incoming president, although Congress may need to be involved. The Biden administration also on Monday announced the transfer of 11 Yemeni detainees, including 2 former bodyguards for Osama bin Laden, being held at the U.S. naval base in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, to Oman, which has agreed to help resettle them amid steps to reduce the population at the controversial military facility. All of the men were captured in the aftermath of the September 11, 2001 terror attacks and were held for more than 2 decades without being charged or put on trial, according to the New York Times. The United States appreciates the willingness of the government of Oman and other partners to support ongoing U.S. efforts focused on responsibly reducing the detainee population and ultimately closing the Guantanamo Bay facility, the Defense Department said in a statement. The last time detainees were released were under the Obama administration, and those detainees went right back to the battlefield and were known to be creating new terrorist activities. The FBI says that in the months leading up to the New Year's Day massacre in New Orleans, Shamsuddin Jabbar scouted out his target area by wearing Meta smart glasses, taking video footage of Bourbon Street. He also traveled to Egypt and Canada in 2023, though it is less clear if those trips were related to the terror plot. Jabbar killed 14 people and injured at least 35 more when he drove a pickup truck with an ISIS flag attached through busy crowds in New Orleans' French Quarter in the wee hours of January 1st. So far, authorities believe that Jabbar, who was shot dead by police after he opened fire on them, acted alone. Fierce fighting is underway for a second day in Russia's Kursk region after Ukraine launched a counterattack on Sunday. Moscow said it had met the attack with artillery and air power, and on Monday stated that Russian troops thwarted a breakthrough attempt by Ukraine. Ukrainian President Zelensky said the Kursk operation, launched with a mass incursion in August, had established a buffer zone which prevents Russian forces from being deployed in key areas of the front in eastern Ukraine. Ukraine and Russia both say they have killed or wounded thousands of each other's troops in Kursk, giving figures the BBC cannot independently verify. In a show of a further shift to Meta's policies, Ultimate Fighting Championship CEO Dana White has joined the board of directors of Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. A statement released by Meta touts White's success in popularizing mixed martial arts, but the real reason for his new gig might be best understood as an olive branch to Trump, who once called Facebook an enemy of the people. White is a close friend of the president-elect and publicly supported him in the last election. Meta has also announced they will be getting rid of third-party fact-checkers in favor of a community notes feature similar to what Elon Musk instituted on X. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.